All right, what's going on, everybody? We're back. It's gonna be a very early stream today because I have a lot of stuff to do in regards to this project. So I'll start with this, do like an hour worth of work, and later on tonight, unless something apocalyptic happens, we'll dedicate at least 2 hours. So primarily with this stream, we're going to be focusing more on Aseprite. We're gonna a couple of mugshots for the latest scene we're going to be working. We'll do our spot checks with Adobe Animate, and we'll go from there. And we're still working on the Invincible. This is actually going to be inside the Sprite animation. And as usual, if you want to take up a project like this, you're going to need Aseprite, Adobe Animate, and a crap ton of resources. X. All right, let's get started. So we'll start with Aseprite, then we'll move on to Adobe Animate. Fortunately, I'm still working on one monitor, so if I miss comments, I do apologize, or chats. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section. I'll get to it eventually. Lurkers, continue using Avoid. All right, what do I want to do? Oh, mugshots. That's what we're going to... Golden Sun Pro. K-Mass. I'm gonna have to actually download. I have to actually download that. 1 minute. I know I have it somewhere. This project is now taking over 10 gigs out of my PC. No, 16 gigs out of. Yeah, shots again. That's fine. That's interesting. Coldness. Dark Dawn. Shot. Save this. Okay. Should be 64. Luckily, we don't have this. All right. The only thing that might kill it is this layer. Well, this actually kills. So we're. And I do apologize because I'm still in this hotel. The stream may drop for like a second or so, but it'll just come right back. The connection is spotty. All right. Now my favorite part, actually sweet spotting. There we go. All right. We're going to change the color. It's actually. Let's just make this a black background. game assets. Something. It's not the end of the world, but pray to God this is actually. Go. Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. I'm gonna do a funny. Yeah, we're gonna do a fun. There's a reason why I'm making it black. Okay. Just to be on the safe side, let me. I knew it. All right, let's turn this down a little bit. Not a big deal. Actually, I want to do this. Ooh, godlike music. Let's go. Okay, that's fine. The reason why I'm making it a black background. Well, not spoiling anything. Okay, mugshot done. Antagonist. Flashback. So while I'm here, so you're all set. I'm actually fine with it. To no, let's actually make 4x60 so we can get space. go 60. And again, this is just for a flashback. Savetta Sprite, if I add her to this, will most certainly be hard. Like even doing unknown slash character sprite was difficult. You gotta use Jenna as a base. Holy crap. I'm not looking forward to that. Perfect. You have a huge face, Savetta. Very, very huge face. Okay. Should be good. Perfect. Actually, no, that's... Is it part of that? No, it's not. That's a tricky one. We're gonna put you just in miscellaneous because you're... Again, this is just for flashbacks. Game map. Character. Okay. Now... I have to delete. I'm not even gonna joke, but mugshots are really hard to do, especially with dark. Oh, that's what we did last time. Finish your proper firing stance instead of doing things to shoot. Okay, we're working on the invincible. I need to move Mia just a tad little. Oh, Mia Sprite. And there's a reason why we're doing. We'll get to later. Okay. Bonus. Oh, it's in Merc. It's so hard. It's so easy to get lose track of things. Mia, Merc. All right, we'll work on Anissa. But damn, it's not a lot of demonic enemies we got here. I mean, there is like Ghost Hunt enemies are a good chunk of them are demons. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the assets again, and we'll see what we can go with. All right, game assets, battle, enemy. I'm gonna do a funny. We're gonna alter the assassin because the assassin's always been very interesting archetype to me. I just need your head. Okay, we'll just take your upper half. Actually, let's do the whole thing. Copy. I do 128 by 128 to give myself plenty of space when it comes to sprites. Let's find that your leg is, well, we are in a 3/4 like V. No one's really gonna ever like notice it, but we're gonna fix that. But before we do that, I'm gonna make you a little bit more imposing. One of those legendary moments where I just overly complicate things, but I don't need to overcomplicate. We're gonna do it. This will probably work, I think. Semnus had no reason going in that hard. Okay, now we just need lighter. Okay. All right. Where we get really this. So all right, it's not that bad. All right, not bad. I'll fine tune it in a bit. Now this part's gonna be funny. Although I'm gonna pull this one off. There's a lot of blues. Okay, let's start with this is gonna be we just progressively have to get darker and darker. Actually, no, hold on. How would this look? Yeah, we'd have to. This is one of the most toxic things imaginable about this game. Linked battles used to be the worst in people. No, we're gonna do. What we can do is we can keep this blue. We're gonna get rid of the lighter shades. Make it we're gonna make it like a very, very dull green. There we go. No, so it's actually no, I think I'd probably keep it as is. We get the blue right here. Just having the black grayish turban already makes it look better in my opinion. If anything, I could just like come back later, but it's all good. Again, the turban was gonna be the more annoying part. Okay, now let's get to work. What are we gonna do? Would I have to mirror this, unfortunately. This will actually work. Copy. Yeah, there's a lot of things we have. This one's actually gonna be kind of tough to do. Whoops. How long am I streaming this for? It's been about 25 minutes. All right. Next, after I'm finished with this one, we'll transition over to Adobe Animate. Cause I do need to actually do stuff with that. Yeah, this one we have to fill in a lot of stuff with this because this has to be start doing things. Such a complex sprite this is. Okay. Now, I'm gonna have to move your leg. No, not even the leg. I'm gonna have to. I have to move a lot of things. This one. So we'll probably have to get rid of the feather. See, what really hurts this is the fact his positioning is so weird. We can get this to work, but it's good. Definitely taking it. Start detaching. Why did that show? Copy. So here's this can work. Let's have to put this right here. Keep that. That right there. This can work. So let's start deleting things. He's just gonna be extremely like yoked. You asked me last week, hey, are you gonna do an invincible gag? I'll be like, nah, no, I'm not. And out of nowhere, hey, let's do a gag. The things I think about when I do. But now I just gotta fill in the gaps again. He's extremely. He has big ass lats. We'll just go with that. But not supposed to. All right. Give him a nice little taper. Perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. Fix this as a. Let's set the fill in right. But let's just here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put him We'll just fill this in for now. So it's got to fill in right here. Hey. Let's do a design. In a second. Okay, this is definitely getting better. This fix right here. Good. This one definitely. Sure, you don't click spray paint. That does happen a lot. Up. doesn't have to be. You can actually take the pattern that's right. Copy. Holy crap. We somehow, some way did this. We're never gonna ever again, but gags shall be made. I like to overcomplicate things. I definitely don't need to. We shall meme. Tasteful meme. All right. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with this. Cut this up. He just has a big, massive V-taper and some very godlike traps. My man hit my assassin, hit the gym. All right. Okay. This is going to go into the redundant enemy category where some monstrosities are. We won't get into those monstrosities, but there's some crap ton of monstrosities over there. Okay. PNG. We'll just call you Jacked Assassin. I cannot spell. I definitely cannot spell. Okay. All right. Now let's get you into the meme. I'll have to move the Druge a little bit to the left. Oh, you know, we need you up. All right. I called you Jack. Such a great theme. Oh, I'm a fool. That's what happens when you have a crap ton of effects. Enemy. There we go. What the fuck? Oh my god. Make sure you save it properly. Yikes. Damn it. Okay, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. I whiffed the saving. I didn't save it as a PNG. I saved it as a PCC because I'm totally blind. Okay. Hopefully the gray background is not there. Yes, it is. Fuck. That. Okay. Give me a minute. You have a crap ton of options to save this at. Me being the utter fool, whiffed. 1 sec. As soon as I fix my mistake, I'm gonna swap over to Adobe Animate for like a little bit. Perfect. All right, we're good. Oh, this is that Dark Dawn remake. Almost done. Things off stream. So that should fix. Perfect. All they got fucked up, but it's fine. Go back and adjusting. Things like that do happen kind of time. Sure, you never win. We'll call you Jackass. There you go. It's not gonna be perfect. Mia's posse is quite literally what it is. There we go. All right. I can still adjust this as we go, but we are somehow, some way getting this gag to work. Okay, let's go to Adobe Animate for a little bit, and we'll do a spot checks, and hopefully nothing wrong happened. The reason why this is taking so long, these missions are 24 hours long. So I'll have a day of work, a couple hours of relaxation until back to work again. This will be like this for the next month and a half. Then I'm finally done. I'll do what I can. What I can. All right, let's watch the movie. Hopefully nothing got screwed up. Like I mentioned before, if you're liking what you're seeing, you want to go something like this, you're going to need Aseprite, Adobe Animate, and a crap ton of effects, which are readily available. Just know, depending on which version of Adobe Animate you use, some effects might not be compatible. Run into some crazy stuff that could potentially damage your whole entire project. If you're going to use a new version of Adobe Animate, make sure your effects are compatible with ActionScript 3.0, not 2.0. Biggest thing I'm looking for is Mia's effects, because one of her layers just keeps on screwing up for some. The reason why the sword's cutting out, it's because of the effect. If we take off the blend, it works perfectly fine, but if we add the blend, it does not work. One of those weird. I'm gonna do like another watch right after this, just to make sure I didn't. Once I get to the second portion of this, it'll make a lot more sense. Because right now, there's a lot of things happening. Because Adobe Animate's the first phase, DaVinci Resolve is the second phase, and CapCut is the third. DaVinci Resolve is pretty much used for dialogue purposes and some effects, but CapCut is where we add all the fluff. So right now you're seeing just the rawness. That makes any. Surprisingly, I was able to get some stuff done. It's just, again, timing just horrible right now. 24 hours on, 24 hours off. So be expecting this to be released in June, probably, and a lore video, lore guys, to be released in June as well. Karis' Sprite came out so good. It was a lot of work. We still have to work on it too. We'll be doing that next stream. And if you're liking what you're seeing, don't forget to... You can't even like no more. YouTube changed their shit. Well, leave a comment and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. If there's any issues, comments, and concerns, just let me know. I'll try to improve. Because this is a growing project. I make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. I stream these. The experimentation. All right, we got the... Definitely start working on... I've been doing other stuff, but more so Aseprite things. I have to continue. After this, all right. So before I even do that, up this, I've had enough Sonic. So we're to something else. Sonic and Kingdom. Ooh. Doing this. Okay. So the reason why Mia's back pose kind of got screwed a little bit is because I actually had to read. Okay, perfect. The reason why I messed up when I was making this, I didn't take into consideration her coat design. Screwed that one up. So right now we have to get her sprite to match her dashing sprite. Right now we're keeping things dark because of the environment and where she's at. So it's simple enough. Go to object, color effects. She's at -50. So go to brightness, and there we go. Perfect. All right, let's do one more rewatch so I can actually see. Good. Just let me know if people have any issues understanding what I'm... English is terrible. Not my first language. I am getting better at it. But if you need me to take things slow and explain things, I will. But for the most part, this has been going relatively well. We haven't had any apocalyptic crashes like that in the past. Like, there's been situations where we'll be done for a project, and for some odd reason, this crashes and everything with. This is gonna be a 2-hour video because we're gonna finish Mercury Lighthouse because we've been on Mia versus Minority for the past 2 videos. Again, this is a reimagining of the story. It's not following lore. I'm making this more of an adult-oriented story. People are dying, but Isaac, Aaron, and Ivan versus Satoros. This could be one of my biggest regrets. We were still experimenting. I had so much that I could have did, but I was afraid of the crash. Now we don't have to deal with crashes no more. So I need to swap back to Isaac's perspective soon. All right, nothing crazy. Mia Doomcam, again, is never going to get... Again, like I mentioned before, this will make a lot more sense once I get to the actual... There's like separate stories happening at the same time right now. Like, this battle's happening while they're fighting. And definitely just concluded. Neo Judgment, I love to do it. Because we were experimenting with Atalanta in a previous sprite animation video. And I felt I needed to make something with Judgment, because Judgment is so popular. Catastrophe, though, well, we'll get there when we get there. If you can't tell, this is a reference to Dragon. There's so much more I could have did with Karis' sprite. But for now, just getting it to the state where we're at, perfect. And the reason why Heart's hand is like going like that, light and dark, they're conflicting elements. That definitely hurt her. And if you're not familiar with anime dashes, I'm just making the characters do dashes. Because I'm giving them running or walking animations is holy crap, that's hard. All right, perfect. Okay, let's continue on. What's going on is Mia purposely got, well, this Mia, she purposely let herself get attacked by death. Come here. It'd make a lot more sense than if you watch the other Sprite animation video. The long ass story. Pointless plug, but still kind of hard to explain. It's a lot easier just watching the video. I am terrible at explaining. All right. The reason why that happened, you saw me right show up right here. That's just in case something terribly wrong during the teleport. She's not gonna be in view. Right here is your working area. And plus the camera is focused more so on me. I'm not gonna show her. So this gray area, I'm not familiar with Adobe Animate, not gonna show up on screen at all. Okay. So we have to do that. Stops there. So Mia currently has over 120 sprites because Mia is a very complex character. She's wide. She's very wide. She has a lot of colors. I would say personally, out of all the sprites that I've done, her, Isaac, Garrett, Minardi, yeah, and those characters so far have been the hardest ones to do. Isaac, because Isaac got that deep fire element. Holy shit, Isaac was hard to do. Jenna's easy. Sheba obviously is easy. Ivan easy besides one leg of his is screwed up. It is what. So, yes, sprites. All right. What the fuck? Excuse my French. All right, but those not familiar with how this works, for you to add another symbol in, because right now this is the Mia we're going to be working with, the one attacking. So in order to add another symbol, go where the keyframe is. Not using that one up. Go to Mia's actual key, well, actual layer. This one, we're to add a blank keyframe to this, so Mia will disappear. So I already know what I'm going to add there. It'll be Mia back turn mid. We're going to grab it. It's a PNG file right now. Grab it, put it in here. We're not going to care about positioning right now. For now, we're just going to grab our sprite. For some odd reason, Adobe Animate loves putting things at the top left-hand corner. So right now, Mia sprites. But there's numerous steps you have to take. You can't just use free transform just to scale her up, fortunately, because things will get blurry and very. So we'll go over the steps. Unfortunately, because OBS is stupid, go to modify, click on bitmap because we have to trace the bitmap. Trace bitmap, Make sure color threshold is on 1. Minimum areas could be on 1 pixels. Corner threshold could be on many corners. Curve fits could be on pixels. Then click OK. Still have more things to do. Press F8. A pop-up will come up that says convert to symbol. Call this symbol whatever you want to call it. So we're just going to call it Mia grab. All right. Now you have a symbol. You can do whatever you want to do without any repercussions. Well, before we do that, we'll change her color. So she's going to be -50. We're going to go back to her standing sprite. And we're going to take the measurements and add it to. So she should be. Oh, turn off your camera, by the way, when you're going to do this. You never want to resize sprites with the camera on because it's going to be extremely massive. Because think about it, the camera is zoomed in, so it's going to take whatever measurements there is and just use the zoomed in measurements. It's actually kind of crazy. You'll see a gigantic Mia. We don't want it. We don't want to see that. Okay, so her will be 76.7, and her height's going to be 176.75. Right, perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn on onioning right here. We're going to see where Mia's position is. We might have to make her a little bit wider. For now, let's this horizontal. Bring this. Oh, turn off layers that you're not using. Make her a tiny little bit wide. Let's turn this up. Perfect. Save it. Now we're gonna be doing some fun stuff. What time is it? Let's do like another an hour. Let's do like another 10 minutes, then we'll come back later. Okay. And as usual, if there's any questions, put in the comments. I know I'm not the best at explaining stuff, but I'm sure as hell good at writing stuff. So, all right. Just give me 1 second. See something. Just doing something off stream. Give me a second. I'll say the best part of sprite animation is just coming up with wonky ideas, seeing them work. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add a tweening right here. So Mia blocks it. We're gonna do some funny stuff. I can actually, because that's when that layer in right there. Yeah. So let's do this. Insert keyframe. Turn this off a little bit. Insert a keyframe here. We're going to have them move slightly. So let's add a few more frames right here. Oh, just so you know, you have a cap of 16,000 frames. We're pushing... We're almost done. We're at, we just passed 10,000. Let's do this. Okay. Insert key. We're gonna move Mia's position a little tiny bit. And we're gonna move her. All right. Right click anywhere in between both of these keyframes. Click classic tween. Do the same thing for Mia sprite. Romeo's layer. We're gonna make this is again based on your preferences. I like using ease in and out, but using a classic tween is perfectly fine. Classic tween, if you're familiar with Sonic 2, is how Sonic moves from left. Ease in and out is you slowly building up. I like using looks a little bit more now, but again, pick your poison. There we go. We're gonna have to add a lot more oomph. This one's definitely gonna be. We're giving ourselves a little bit more. So we're gonna do the exact same thing. Insert a keyframe here. Insert a keyframe here. Gives us a keyframe, not a regular. Insert a keyframe. This should be an keyframe. Keyframe. Move you that way. Perfect. Okay. We're definitely have to do a actually get so we're gonna give ourselves a few extra frames. I'm gonna have to when I get back later, I have to add a explosion to this just to show them breaking off each other. All right, let's listen to another theme. Am I gonna be salty tonight? Am I? Let's see. Let's cross our fingers. Ooh. All right. We got some good music tonight. All right. So we'll watch, then we'll see the break time. I'll come back later. We'll probably we have to do some more sprite work. I had the Sateno sprites, and the gag continues of me forgetting to turn on the camera. If you turn on the camera, turn it back on. Because you won't. Yep. Camera continues to glitch. I didn't tell the camera to zoom out. You have to be very careful with the camera, because the camera is known to cause weird stuff to happen. All right. Oh, before I forget, so since this is still gonna take a while to do, because section on top of this after we run out of space, do people want me to go to DaVinci Resolve with this movie and work on it while working on other portion of this project? I can do it. It actually would be a little bit more beneficial, but I'll leave it at people's own discretion. Want me to bring this into DaVinci Resolve when this is complete and actually start working on things, or do you want it to be together? At least with DaVinci Resolve, we'll be able to make the story together instead of waiting until I'm actually done animating. This is definitely going to take at least a couple more weeks to be done. And again, if people are having issues understanding what I'm saying and how I'm explaining things, just write your questions in the comments and I'll get to it when I can. Unfortunately, due to this mission, I'm in the military, deployed right now. I have only a limited amount of time working on it. Whenever I can, I work on it. Same thing goes for the lore video, which one will be out eventually. When we come back later, we're gonna a scene that got screwed up because of Adobe Animate shenanigans. I felt like that video could have been the greatest animation that I've ever done, but Adobe Animate was like, it was Adobe Animate and CapCut at the same time. When it comes to like writing lore, I'm leaving that to DaVinci Resolve. That's where I'm gonna do all my script writing. CapCut, hell no. Because CapCut cannot handle all those text boxes. Especially if you think my longest sprite animation video is like an hour long. This one's gonna be at least 2 hours long. I'm not saying anything crazy besides what happened with the camera like a few seconds ago. That's nuts. Hopefully people who watch the VODs learn something today. This project is very complex. I'm not going to deny it. If you're planning on taking up something like this, just know it's going to be a lot of long hours experimenting. It's totally worth it. You're going to have to Frankenstein a lot of things together. Probably watch a lot of tutorials. Just give it some time. And of course, if anybody has any questions, just let me know. I am an open book. I will tell you all the secrets. Teleports are fun. That's what I use them a lot. This is all camera work. All right, let's pay attention. Yeah, that I can repeat that. No. We shouldn't repeat. Damn, I need to see it again. I need some. Besides golden sun music, I need a little. Okay, to Isaac we go. Slow down some quick. Oh, speaking of which, people are curious about Minority right now. She's still a fire adept, but I wanted to emphasize her death gimmick because we already know how Minority and Karst work. Minority and Karst, insta kills. So I wanted her to have more of an occult feel. She's still a fire adept. Also, the scythe. That's a gigantic can of worms. If you're curious about how to get the scythe to work like that, let me know. But just know the scythe is always attached to Minority's body, so you have to remake things with the scythe. Again, this is an Aseprite thing. And her colors, if you're curious about that, Minority's colors are matched to her promo art color. Because Minority's colors are very vibrant red. Obviously due to limit. Heart Sprite over here, based on there's a lot of things happening with Heart Sprite, but it's just a combination of numerous assets. Jenna's not in this, but Evil Jenna, just a recoloring that I did. Took a month. Neo Judgment over here is experiment. We wanted to retain every single aspect of Judgment without going too crazy, but I think we got it to work. Karis / Unknown was right from the ground up. We're definitely have to make the section. Something with it's a cap. I definitely would say the benefit of actually being on these 24-hour shifts, I get to get a lot done like this overlay. And definitely when it comes to like brainstorming ideas. The majority of these ideas just came from me just doing cardio. Yeah, I'm on a treadmill for like an hour. Let's brainstorm. Make the time go by. So what we need to do now that we're getting close to that Mia section, we're probably gonna have to add a couple of effects just to make it seem a little bit dramatic. Because Mia obviously blocked the attack. She's pushing it back. I'll think about it for the next. I have like an hour and some figure it out. Okay, that's something. All right, if you enjoyed the stream, you all already know what to do. If there are any questions, comments, and concerns, let me know. If you dislike it, they'll just show me I need areas to improve in. Besides that, I'll be back a little bit. I'll see y'all later.